has substantial doubt it will be able to keep its doors open. At Lakeview Square Mall in Battle Creek, that could mean losing yet another anchor store. 24-hour News 8's Catherine Ducharme is in Battle Creek with what this could mean for the mall and where the possibility of this is happening stands.
As of right now, it's basically one big question. The fate of Sears all varies depending on who you ask. Sears, a department store chain that dominated retail for years.
Washer, dryer, lawnmowers.
Warning that it might not be able to keep its doors open because of the company's financial situation. This comes following the release of their 10K filing yesterday.
I would be sad to see it close.
The majority of people we talked to in Battle Creek didn't even know there was talk of it closing.
It seems like Battle Creek is really losing a lot of businesses. It's something that needs to be changed.
If Sears closed, it would be the last of the 3 anchor retailers to close at Lakeview Square Mall.
Macy's was a big hit, and I think JCPenney's is going to be as well.
Macy's announced it's closing in January. The JCPenney's plans to close its stores this summer.
It is a struggle with all of our brick and mortar now that the online shopping is so big.
The loss would mean more than no more trips to Sears. It could mean another cut to mall employees.
Those are your neighbors, those are your friends, those are your relatives that are working at these stores, and some of them have been working there for 20 plus years.
But for now, a hiring sign remains on the outside of Lakeview Square Mall Sears, and things will remain the same until heard otherwise.
Our Sears is still an active Sears. It's still an active part of our mall, and we're really hoping that this isn't the case.
Once again, no final word on when or even if this will happen. Right now, Sears says that they are taking actions to mitigate these big risks. Reporting in Battle Creek, Catherine Ducharme, 24-hour News 8.
Hey there everyone, 'tis I, your old pal King Chuck, and welcome to our video on Lakeview Square Mall in Battle Creek, Michigan. Lakeview Square Mall was built in 1983 by 2 guys, Forbes and Cohen. And the mall did very well for many years until, and then in 1998 it was sold to General Growth Properties. General Growth did okay with the mall for a while, and then what happened was it was sold to Cushfield Wakeman in 2011, which was kind of weird because when General Growth was spinning off all their properties, they sold them all off to a company called Rouse Properties, which took over their smaller properties and malls and whatnot. Well, this mall ended up with Cushfield Wakeman, a Chicago firm. And then, in 2013, it was sold once again to GK Development, which was now owned by a guy named Garo Plomamian. Never heard of him either. But apparently GK Development does own some very successful malls. Now, this apparently is the mall's version of a food court. There's an Applebee's, there's a B-Dubs, there's that Japanese restaurant, and that's it. Yeah, that's all you get, folks. And not a lot to choose from, but this was the busiest part of the mall. Now, unfortunately, things didn't go very well with my camera. Due to the fact that the video was kind of shaky. I had on the wrong setting. This, as you can tell, was the old JCPenney, which closed in 2017. Now, this mall still has a Barnes & Noble, which is still apparently doing okay. And then there's Dunham's to your right. But, like I said, in 2016, the mall started its mass exodus with the loss of Macy's. We're going to see that pretty soon. And to your left was the old FYE. Yeah, there's a lot of label scars, so I can easily tell which what used to be which. I think, come on, it's a record store. And I walked on over to the gate and nothing doing. Nothing. Complete dead. But hey, there's still a skate park in this mall right across from the old FYE. There's a Battleground. And, so this mall still has, there was still a good amount of people during the weekend, I should say. This was taped on a Saturday afternoon. But unfortunately, as you can tell, there's gated up shops here left and right and everywhere else. The shoe department right there used to be an Old Navy and then a Steve and Barry's. And of course, Victoria's Secret still does very well in any mall that's even dying. But as you can tell, this mall was kind of dead for being a mall on a Saturday afternoon because, well, as you can tell, there's nothing there. I know the store to your left was the old Campus Den. They moved into the old Aeropostale spot. I'm not sure what that used to be to your right, but I am heading towards what used to be Hot Topic. And I have a saying, every time a Hot Topic closes, the rest of the mall is probably going to follow. Because Hot Topic, once again, is a store chain that has a high tolerance towards dead malls. But here's what happened. When I was looking through the gates of Hot Topic, somebody kind of stopped me. Listen.
What are you looking for?
I knew that was an old Hot Topic.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm just looking around
Alright.
to see this mall.
Alright. Good luck on that, bud.
Yeah, I know. It was a real nice place like 20 years ago, from what I understand. I was here, and it's like, why did this mall die?
Alright, I don't know.
It's like, I know that was JCPenney. No, that was JCPenney, that was Macy's. I am correct, that was Macy's. Of course, Macy's was previously Hudson's, which later became a Marshall Field's. But, it's amazing how a town of 50,000 people have not shown a lot of support for this mall. It's easy to get to mall. It's off of 94. There's not a lot of traffic, I should say, getting off of 94 to this mall, which was nice. But, of course, outside there was Target and Best Buy and a few other big box stores here and there. And that could be a factor as to why this mall is struggling. It's just plain simple competition from Amazon. And, and come on, the economy in this town should be okay, considering that this is the home of Kellogg's, which is why I named this video The Mall That's Not Doing Great. Or should I say, great! Because of Tony the Tiger. That, of course, was the Aeropostale that became the Campus Den. And to your right, I believe, used to be a Gap. And, but yes, this is a very... This mall is starting to become more and more depressing. That's a Payless that just closed. And that... Oh my god, that looks like a Suncoast. Isn't it? Doesn't that look like a Suncoast to you, folks? And how long has Suncoast been out of business? What? 15 years or so? These fun shops are starting to pop up in a lot of malls left and right. They're these little arcades that have some video games and some of these little arcade games that have the pull out the doll with the claw hammer type deals. That movie theater was once a GKC, and then GKC was sold to Carmike. But Carmike sold out to AMC. I don't know why this did not become an AMC, but GKC, NCG actually did a good job remodeling the theater. I saw pictures. And these, of course, are previews of coming attractions. And the Sears closed in February, but the lights are still on inside, and the sign's still up. Even on the out parcel of the building, the signs are still up. I don't know why they took it down. Maybe it's because we had such a tough winter. here in Michigan, and nobody sure as hell wanted to go out there and take the sign down. Maybe it's also, you know, a sign to travelers that, hey, at least we still have Sears. No, you guys don't. Of course, the news is that Sears might be soon a Horrocks market. And the story is that Horrocks in downtown Battle Creek is planning to move to the mall, and there is a Horrocks here in Grand Rapids. I don't know how related they are, but the Horrocks at 44th and Breton does extremely well. It's always packed, folks. So maybe, just maybe, Horrocks will be the saving grace. The other two former anchor stores, Macy's and Penny's, was sold to Lionheart Capital, and God only knows what's going to happen to those stores. It could be a medical center, it could be a college, who knows? It's up to them. Will this mall survive? The good Lord only knows. It's up to GK, it's up to the people who bought out the anchor buildings. But all I can say is this: I think I'll be back maybe a year from now to see what's going on. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm your old pal, King Chuck. Have a good day, everyone.